and the Director of CCGL, Center of Postgraduate Legal Studies of the School of Legal Studies, Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, for sharing her views on the theme.
Thank you, Rashida. Thank you so much. Very good morning to one and all. I welcome the chief guest for today's webinar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, National Law University, Odisha, Professor Madam Beth Mariji. The guest of honor, Srimati Manan Chaturvedi from State Child Right Commission, Rajasthan, and the keynote speaker, Professor Vibhuti Patel ji from Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Along with my colleagues, Professor Rana Pratap ji, Director IQAC, Dean Academic Affairs, who is also presiding over this national webinar. My departmental colleagues, Professor Priti Mishra, Dean and Head School of Legal Studies, Professor Shashi Kumar, Dr. Rashida, Dr. Ajay, Dr. Vijay Bhaskar, and all the participants in this national webinar. So I could see that the galaxy of speakers who have done a very good work in the matters of the child rights. So this could lead to a very good discussion also. But as I could see that the topic chosen for this webinar is indeed a very apt theme. India is going to celebrate its 73rd Republic Day after just 2 days on 26th of January. And we live in a nation, in a country that is governed by rule of law, which ensures or which promotes the equality. Still, equal chance for equal future for the girl child need deliberations, which we are doing here. I have seen one of the news report that was of 2019 that not a single girl child was born in 132 villages in Uttarkashi district in Uttarakhand in the previous 3 months, and it was a news item of December 2019. So we see that the latest census of 2011 that had indicated that the child sex ratio of the girls to boys from 0 to 6 years, and that had deteriorated to 919 girls per thousand. From 927 in the previous census that was of 2001. The adverse sex ratio is the result of a patriarchal mindset. Is it true? Families do not want to give birth to a daughter. Female feticide is a worrying practice. We all are speaking the same thing. The abortion technology allows households to exercise their preferences for the sons over the daughters. And even if the girl becomes lucky to be born, or if she is allowed to be born, then even after the birth, they do not want to raise their daughter to fulfill her potential, because everybody knows the potential of the girl child also. The girl child faces discrimination and oppression. The issues like proper nutrition, the issues of education of the girl child, we all see that the early marriages or child marriages are there. Issues of violence against the women as a whole, including the girl child, and many more discriminations against her is the reality, we all know. The point is that as an academician, particularly women academician, or as a responsible citizen, at the same time as the parents also, how can we convince the people the importance of the girl child in India? How can we make everybody to celebrate the daughters? How can we make them strong to become community leaders, and how to empower them? How can we ensure women's access to the property, including the housing and agricultural land? What should be our efforts? These are some of the points which I suppose will be pondered and discussed in this national webinar, because the girl child is the one of the critical areas of the 1995 Beijing Platform of Action also. Girls' rights are codified within the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child also, rightly told by Professor Priti Mishra, and include non-discrimination, protection, from harm and from abuse, and full participation in the family, social life, and cultural life. We know the provisions protecting girl child as a citizen in the Constitution of India. There are many laws, there are various programs and policies also which have been launched by the government to protect the girl child. In 2015, the government launched Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme also, and that scheme was just to create the awareness on the need to protect the girl child, and that was also focusing on their education so that the girls, they may be sent to the schools, they may develop their potential. So I suppose that by celebrating, by protecting, and by educating the girl child, we should empower her. These webinars are the efforts to spread awareness and change the mindsets, efforts to ensure that communities and families welcome the daughters, they celebrate and educate the daughters, to create a safe environment of the daughters to resist the violence which they face in their lives. But we cannot negate the fact that patriarchal values and social norms keep gender inequalities alive. These patriarchal values are sometimes find their place above the codified laws, above the supreme law of the land, which starts with we. We need to work on these issues, and I hope that today we have very senior and experienced guests who will enrich us by their thoughts, and certainly will come out with some fruitful suggestions so that girls may get equal chance and enjoy equal future. So with these words, without taking much time,